Hola, bonjour, merhaba, konnichi, wagwan, hello. You know who it is, people. It's Arsenal's realist. I want to thank you all for being here. Now, as we know, as fans, people, we all have different ideas, different opinions, different philosophies in which we think. We express our opinion on what we think and how we think a club should be run. Now, it's even, and that's free, it's fair choice, you can do and say what you want. Of course it is. Even the Illuminati, the royal family, the politicians, even they're humans as well. Everyone's got a right. But a huge section of fans found themselves coming to the conclusion, Arsenal's shit, we're shit, everything's shit, and we need to sack Arteta in order to make the club better, in order to move forward, in order to get our expressive players expressing. We've got really good players, apparently. It's the Wengers, the Unai Emerys, and the Artetas holding them back. So like I said, we've all got free will, free opinion, and we've got our choices and we've got our eyes. We see shit how we see it. And there's a huge group of people who's calling for Arteta's head. He's not good enough. He needs to go. They call him Tapas Pulas. They be racist. They stick videos on this. And do you know what? It's fair. That's your choice. But I ask you this. What kind of people? Have we forgot what kind of year it is and what's actually gone on? Let's take a quick closer look. A crisis has hit the world, a pandemic. It has thrust all businesses into the dire straits, let alone sports industry, let alone the Premier League, let alone Arsenal. Now, along this way, teams, clubs, managers, fans, people have had to be creative and find ways to stay reinvigorated, to stay energised and stay hungry for this league and everything. Every club has managed to do it. They've done well. And Arsenal, we move forward. You know what? Kroenke panics. He pushes the club. Every player has to take a 12.5% discount in his wages. Ozil, Aubameyang and Kolasinac refuse. They still don't take their discount. But every other player's took it. And now we wonder why people are moving a bit less motivated. Maybe there's not a bit of passion on the pitch. Maybe they're all pissed off that a billionaire, millionaire owner sucking all this money, all this dough, and they've got to take a pay cut. They've got to sack staff or pay staff. Ozil's got to leave. There's people looking up upstairs saying, what the fuck? You're a millionaire, billionaire, and we're paying the price. We're paying the cost. So do you know what? Of course, motivation is going to be down. Imagine your boss comes into you and says, out of nowhere, 1/4 of your wages is gone. Bruv, you're not going to perform the same. What have Arsenal fans done? We haven't highlighted it. No. Haven't even congratulated it. No. What we've said is the team's shit and Arteta needs to go. Loved one has been lost. Even Arteta had the coronavirus, the first person to get it, allegedly. Has the Arsenal fans, these fucking pussy old TV brothers, have they took that into account? Has anyone took this new precedented season, thrusting us into a madness, into account? Losing over 50 of your back staff, losing Sinelli, losing all these people, and we've got the cheek in a time of crisis. The world's fucking up. People are dying. Businesses are closed. People's mental sanity is at its very tiver. And you pricks are saying Arteta out. This is the logic. This is the world. Yeah? This is the world. This is what we're living in. Yeah? Troops, DT, Robbie, Turkish. These are money-hungry pagans. Yeah? Understand what I'm saying to you. But let me read out a little article from the Express. And do you know what? It paints it nicely. It paints a nice little picture. So let me read this out. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta is victim after Stan Kroenke's panicked with mass overhaul. Arsenal have endured a difficult first half of the season under Mikel Arteta. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta has been labelled a victim of major changes under Stan Kroenke. With the table, the Gunners ended last season on a high after Arteta helped lead the club to glory in the FA Cup. Quick how we forget about that. Quick how everyone forgets about that. Pandemic, people die. There was a positive mood around the camp, heading into the summer transfer window of improvements in the league, having finished 8th last season, but they've struggled so far this campaign, winning just 4 of their opening 14 games in the league. Things have started to turn around in recent weeks with their consecutive wins against Chelsea, Brighton and West Brom. Big up man like Tierney. However, they will still sit 11th in the table and 10 points adrift of the league leaders. Their overhaul form storm has led to the question being asked over Arteta's future at manager of the club. But Mundo Deportivo has been told the Arsenal's restructure during Arteta's time in charge, largely due to the impact of the coronavirus, unleashed an unprecedented crisis at the club. Arsenal's heritage made redundancies at the club, with players also being forced to take pay cuts. The league was stopped and ticketing and advertising and television rights collapsed, the source told Mundo Deportivo. The Kroenke family panicked because they have 5 franchises in different sports, in the NFL, in the NBA, in the NHL, the MLS and the Premier League. Tim Lewis was sent to Arsenal by Kroenke to oversee the changes being implemented to reduce the impact of the coronavirus at the club. But Ralstonelli was sacked as Arsenal director of football in the summer, which the Spanish outlet claimed left Arteta in an extremely vulnerable position. He, Arteta, is one more victim, the source added. It does not correspond to the role that they have been given, and now it is being left without coverage. And a source close to Arteta's insists the club would be making a huge error if they were to sack the Arsenal boss. Kicking Arteta would be another mistake, they said. If now they bring in Allegri or whoever, it is blatant the club will weaken because it will have to start over and 3 years of hard work will be burned suddenly. Well, let me just show you a little picture of that quickly. No editing, we do it the cheap man way, bruv. I'll give you a bit of fucking Troops and League Gunner editing now. Look, take a look. So, do you know what it is? I think that dropped it a little bit well. It painted this picture well. At the end of the day, do you know what? It was a little FA Cup win. It wasn't the end of the world. We was trying to, obviously we was linked to apartheid, this, that. We found ourselves in not the most pessimistic of places. We won an FA Cup. We saw that smile of Arteta. We said, do you know what? Abba's bagging goals. There seems to be a little something to build on, a little energy, a little mini star. There's a little shed of light there. Nobody picked up on it, may I add. Aftv was sitting there really furious at the time because we're winning matches, and do you know what I mean? You can't do Aftv videos, you can't blow, you know what I'm saying. But do you know what? You fast forward, Arsenal, we did lose a few matches this season, and do you know what? It was terrible. We signed David Luiz, Soares, Willian. We're getting battered. We lose 3, 4, 5 matches. But you say, do you know what? For you to end up just at like a bunch of seals they are, the big, fat, blubbery seals they are, how do you find yourself always there screaming, Get me, 60-year-old men like Claude, 70-year-old, and you got nothing better to do than say managers out. Brothers like DT, you got kids, you got Troops, all these brothers, family men apparently. It's all about the money. Kroenke out. There's no such thing as Kroenke out to these brothers. What it is the views in. Nobody's highlighted. Arteta has lost over 50 people in his back staff. 50 people working for him to help his job run smoothly. Can you do this job? Make sure the training session's set up. What are we going to do? Give me the iPad. Let's see what was happening in that last hour of the training session. All of them people are gone. On top of that, Kroenke implements 12.5% wage cut to all the players. Now, I don't care. I'm not here to stick up for a player's financial rights. But what I'm saying is you're an owner of a club. Your job is to keep the players at their peak and keep them performing highly and keep them mentally and everything. Keep them engaged. Do you really think cutting their fucking wages is going to keep them engaged? Or are you going to cut their wages and then they start losing 10, 20 matches, threaten you of relegation, blood, get you really bummed, you little pum. And do you know what? A part of me hopes we do get fucking relegated. Obviously, it's not going to happen. But do you know what? I've took 20 seasons of pain, blood. Whether I'm finishing 6th, 7th or 8th, it means nothing to me, blood. Listen, top 4's one thing, I'll settle for it. But anything below that and us pretending is a fucking lie, blood. It's all a lie. So do you know what? Fuck the pain of 10th, 8th. Blood, I would go through the pain of 2, 3 years to get these little bitches out, blood. I don't care. I've had enough because along the way, this money's spreading, bruv. Each time someone jumps on the ting, no one's talking about Kroenke, bruv. Anyone who gets anyone through Aftv that gets a bit of traction, you've seen Sky start talking to them recently. No one is talking about Kroenke, even though the newspapers are, the media is. Arteta's been dealt a dirty hand, a dirty hand, and not to mention that's on the back of Unai Emery, who did not get back. He didn't want Pepe. It's clear. Clear as day. He incurred 5, 6, 7 injuries. Do you know what they got him? Lichtsteiner, 34 years old. Lichtsteiner at right back. Do you know what? We waited. We said, who are you going to get next? They got Cedric fucking Soares. So, it's all good saying Arteta out. That's good for your YouTube channel. That is really good for your YouTube channel. It's even good for super chats. It's good to get a Range Rover. It's good like Robbie. Get a Merc. It's good like Troops. Go America for a year. That's what it's good for. It's good to get a Sauber. It's good like Turkish. Turkish keeps talking university, this and that. No, bruv. All his peace comes from YouTube and AFTV. Please stop listening to the fuckery. So it is good for that. It will sponsor your life. It will give you money and allow you to mug Arsenal off your whole life. That is true. But it's not going to help Arsenal, and it's not the real truth. The real truth is, check my previous video. The Liverpool owners protested 3 times. They stopped the £77 price ticket rise. They stopped the Liverpool being trademarked officially, and they also stopped furlough payments. 3 things Liverpool fans reversed personally. Oh, but last season, when I'm doing my videos, what was Turkish, DT, Troops, Robbie, Claude the Fruit, what were they all saying? It doesn't matter if you protest. It doesn't matter if you protest. Even if we don't go to the game, it's only a drop in the financial ocean, and Stan Kroenke will still have so much money. Not going to the game will not help us. We fast forward to now, blood. Premier League clubs cannot let fans in the stadium. They're sinking. They're sinking. They cannot financially fucking handle it. Almost to the point they had to charge £15 a game and now get Amazon involved. You will pay a new stream of revenue to Amazon, and that will go to the owners, and that is what's paying them. So I thought fans not going to the stadium doesn't do nothing. That's what Robbie said. I'll do videos now. We've already got the Puma deal. We've already got the Adidas deal. There's no point not going to the game. There's no point not... Let's all go to Claude's. Bruv, I told you this man chat shit. Imagine the message that could have got sent this time 2 years ago. No, it's not Corona why we're not going. Imagine we didn't go because you listened to me and we listened to all the real G's, and now, instead of they couldn't have made an Amazon deal just because Arsenal fans ain't going to games. They couldn't have given £15 a game just for Arsenal fans. It would have been just like the Liverpool fans. They walked out 77 minutes, it worked. They protested for the Liverpool trademark, it worked. They wanted furlough payments reversed, it worked. When you get together, when you lead up, when you join, 1,000 people's more powerful than one. The message of a many is powerful, blood. But Robbie, Turkish, Claude, Troops, they actually tried to, and I had people messaging me, you know, people who can't think for themselves. Pre-cum babies. Freda had a wank, sperm went on the toilet, the mum sat down, the sperm went from the toilet seat to the pom-pom, they were born, no sex was needed. They started convincing my followers, my people, and people who message, and I had people messaging me, oh, not going to the game won't help. So how comes every single club is getting buried now? How come some clubs are going into administration lower down the tier of the 92 teams in the tiers of the Premier League, the Championship? Why is it now there's murmurs that Liverpool, Chelsea, Cities, all of these, we need to find new revenues because we need to hurry up and get people back in the stadium to pay because there's huge revenue being lost. What a message. What a financial message. What a verbal message. What a bit of fucking beautiful communication it would have been from the Arsenal fans to the owner to say, do you know what, you're not getting no more dough. You're not getting no more dough. We would have made man go into furlough with no Corona. But we listened to Kroenke, Robbie, DT, Troops, Claude. Rewind, go and watch the first video. They all had no dough. We fast forward now, they've all got bare dough. That's really what you lot are watching and supporting. It's time, once and for all, even though this world's fucked, we'd end up slaves in cages, fucked and sucked. No one highlights the truth before they do. Kroenke's the problem. We need to start addressing it. Of course we're not going to though, because we got Robbie the blobby knobby there, fucking the ting up. Next thing, man's doing videos with Arteta out merchandising. Why don't you send a top that says 55 people sacked from Arsenal's back staff. Players take 12.5% wage cut. We sold Van Persie, then we sell Sanchez, and of course Ozil's unhappy. Put that on your next t-shirt, Turkish, instead of Wenger out, my G. Yeah? Bullet.